Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. So today's video is going to be perfumes that I did not love and now I do. So these are either perfumes that I really disliked and now I love, or I strongly liked and now I love, or even just like. These are perfumes that weren't love at first sniff. There are perfumes that I will let go of right away because either they smell too much like something I have, they didn't work out on my skin. But then there's those perfumes that I want to hang on to them in hopes that, not that I'll make it work, but maybe in a certain climate I'll like, or maybe my nose has changed, I guess, because one in particular is something I didn't like before, but I hauled in 2020 because in the tail end of 2019, I began to love the perfume. So let's go ahead and get into the list. So first up is a perfume that I hauled in 2020, but I'm very familiar with this perfume. And it's a perfume that I have mentioned in various videos as one that I did not appreciate growing up. And that is Coco Eau de Parfum by Chanel. So in the tail end of 2019, I was out at the mall with Dennis. I went straight to the Chanel counter at Macy's and I sprayed this one and Chanel No. 5. And I still couldn't get on board with Chanel No. 5. As I was continue going on to my shopping and I let them dry down. Again, Chanel No. 5 was one that I couldn't get on board with. But I kept getting whiffs of this one. And the longer it sat on my skin, the more and more I enjoyed it. So I went back and I sprayed it some more before I left. And it was just a scent that, again, as it dried down, it just was this warm, spicy, floral scent. This is a scent that has been around since I believe the 80s. I know some people say that this one and No. 5 smell dated, but to me they're more classy. Like when someone walks by with Chanel No. 5, I do enjoy that scent on other people. It's a classic. And this is one that I just appreciate more. It's very elegant and luxurious. It's just a very pretty, it's not pretty, it's a beautiful, elegant, luxurious classic. And one that I wanted in my collection. And it's a scent that I appreciate. Like most Cocos in cooler weather, this is one that wasn't a love at first sniff when I was growing up, but I did pick up in 2020 because I did fall in love with her. So another one that I wasn't sure about in the beginning, and now it's a lifer for me. As long as they make this perfume, and as long as my nose doesn't change, because I know that happens, I think I will always love this perfume, but that is Yves Saint Laurent's Libre. This isn't a scent that I fell in love with when I first smelled it. It was a little too citrus heavy in the opening. Like I didn't pick up the lavender in the beginning. I didn't pick up all the other beautiful notes like the ambergris, just the other notes that make this scent. And when I smell this doesn't smell like notes to me. Like some of my other perfumes, this to me reminds me of an expensive mall. I'm not gonna go into it because I've talked about it a lot, but this is just a scent that when I first picked it up, I wasn't sure if I was going to love it, and now I love this scent. This is a top perfume for me. It was one that when I first picked it up, I was like, I don't know, that citrus, again, you guys know I post citrus very hard in perfumes, and it was a little too citrusy for me, but now this is a favorite of mine. And again, that is YSL's Libre. This is another 2019, and I picked this one up in fall, and this is Mon Guerlain by Guerlain, and this is the Eau de Parfum. This one I really enjoyed, but I didn't love. Like this is a love in the perfume community. This is one that it's a very popular perfume, and I just didn't understand why so many people loved it, because it was just a very pretty scent, but I love this scent because of this scent. This scent here made me start appreciating the note of lavender more. So I ended up keeping this one in my collection because of Dennis. He really likes, this is one of the girly scents he really likes. There's about 10, and that's my next video. This is a perfume that whenever I wear it, he always says, oh, what are you wearing? I really appreciate this scent now. I didn't when I first got it. And again, it just to me was a little basic, but now it's the lavender that I appreciate in this scent. It isn't done very masculine in here, because lavender can come off very masculine with certain notes. And here it's very light and airy and very pretty. So I did keep this scent because it was one that Dennis really liked. And I like to smell good for him, and it wasn't one that I disliked. I just didn't love it. And then again, I just started learning to appreciate lavender, and it's done very well in this perfume and Libre. So that is why I did end up really falling in love with this one. And I ended up getting the Eau de Toilette, and that's another one I really enjoy. This one is a little bit sweeter, whereas the EDT is a little bit more of a soft citrus scent. And again, that is Mon Guerlain by Guerlain. Today is editing day because I'm gonna have two videos where I gotta insert a clip. One is going to be for a haul because the kid in me cannot wait to open up a perfume, and the other one is because I completely missed his perfume. The reason why I remembered it is because of an upcoming video that it is going to be in, and that is Alien by Mugler. And this perfume was definitely not a love at first sniff. This was another perfume that Dennis enjoyed. So this was a perfume that I would smell when I would go out, and Dennis had complimented a girl who wore this, and she like didn't want to say what perfume she was wearing. I said this story, I think, in my perfumes YouTube did not make me buy. So I bought this one because she was so secretive about it. So I was like, all right, since she doesn't want people to have it, I want it. I know that's Betty, but. And I purchased a small one just to test it out. And when I got it, I didn't understand what the big deal was. So I wore it, and Dennis right away was like, what are you wearing? This is one of Dennis's top favorite scents. And this perfume is mainly complimented by men. I went to work, and my team lead was like, he kept walking by the kitchen and was like, what is that? I knew it was me because this perfume projects and leaves a sillage. And I'm like, I think it's the new perfume that I'm wearing. And then I went to like a pizzeria place with Dennis, and a guy sought me out to tell me that I smelled good. So this is definitely a guy magnet. And I didn't love it. But then the more and more I would wear it, the more and more I began to like it because it is different. What are the notes? Let's look up the notes. And the notes that they have listed are jasmine, woodsy notes, and amber. And again, I'm sure that there's more. It does smell soapy and clean and very much like a white jasmine in the opening. And then as it dries down, that's when you get like the woodsy notes and the amber. But this is something that also smells earthy to me. Not like patchouli heavy, but it does have an earthiness to it. I'm not sure where it comes from, but it gets even more of that earthy scent the longer I have it. This is a scent that is popular here in Orlando, Florida, but unique because I always know when someone's wearing Alien. I always know when my mom's wearing Alien, and Dennis always knows when I'm wearing Alien. To me, a perfume can be unique and still be popular if you know that that's what that person is wearing. The perfume is so unique that someone can pinpoint it, because a lot of perfumes get lost in the sea of perfumes. Like, it's just a unique scent. And again, it was a like. I didn't understand why everyone loved it. I did keep it and play with it because it was something that Dennis liked. And I like to wear perfumes that he really likes. There's perfumes he can't stand, but I keep them because they're for me. I do wear certain perfumes for him. I have to like it, of course. And this was one that I liked and I would wear for him. And then the more and more I wore it, the more and more I fell in love with it, because this is a unique perfume. And again, that is Alien by Mugler. And this is just a limited edition bottle. This isn't like any kind of flanker. Now the rest of these I did haul. I have one more 2019. So this was one that I got on Christmas from my brother. And this is Hypnotic Poison Eau de Parfum by Dior. And I had put it on my Christmas list without knowing what it smelled like. And then I ended up getting the Eau de Toilette. And I did not like the Eau de Toilette, so I was nervous when I got this one from my brother. This is a very nutty almond scent. It does have that Play-Doh vibe in the beginning, and I would say in the EDT it wouldn't go away on me. I actually hauled the EDT last year and ended up returning it. This one, after a while, the Play-Doh note does go away and this becomes more of a warm, spicy, nutty vanilla scent. And I really enjoy this one in cooler months and like at night. This is a nice, cozy, sexy scent. And again, that is Hypnotic Poison by Dior. Okay, so now these next scents I hauled in 2020. The first one I'm going to go over, I wouldn't say it's like, oh my God, I love. And that's Ariana Grande's Thank You Next. This one comes off very like a spicy coconut, and I didn't like this scent. And even though they don't list lavender in here, I pick up lavender. Like I do pick up the cloud DNA in here, but this one I just didn't like when I had hauled it in winter. And then I had a subscriber or a viewer tell me, please revisit it in summer. You'll like it. And she was right. I revisited this perfume in summer, and I did it at first layering it with some of my other scents that I wanted more of a coconut, because the coconut in here is very prominent. I know that this also has one of those little round things. My mind. Those little round sweet dessert things. Oh, it's gonna kill me. Macaroons. I don't know if it's macarons or macaroons because there's a difference. That's probably the sweetness, because this is a very sweet scent. But something in here comes off spicy. I'm guessing where it's spicy to me, other people pick up the pickle, because I know some people say that they pick up pickle from this scent. I don't pick that up, but there is a spiciness to my nose with this scent. It goes away. And again, I pick up the cloud DNA, so even though there's no lavender listed in this perfume, I do feel like there's lavender in here. There's a cleanness to it, and I feel like it's that cleanness and the spiciness that even though this has like that macaron note, it doesn't get too overly sweet where I don't like it. And I do enjoy this scent in summer. So this is a scent that I did not like when I first hauled it. I had gotten like a little sample, and then I took it out and wore it one day, and I really enjoyed it layering with it. And then I went ahead and wore it at night, like to bed, and I really enjoyed it. So again, that's Ariana Grande's Thank You Next. And yeah, I really like this one. Again, I don't know if it's one I would repurchase, but it's a big bottle, so definitely one that I will use while I have her. All right, next we have Black Perfecto La Petite Robe Noir by Guerlain. And this is one that I really liked when I first got it, but it wasn't a love, and it was the powdery note. So this is a cherry scent, and it was the powdery note that I didn't care for, because this does have a powderiness to it, and there's a leather note. Oh, so good. This is a cooler weather scent. So this is a perfume that I ended up trying when the temperature had dropped, and then I really enjoyed it. But in the heat, the powder was just too much. Kind of like how some sweet scents, can be a little cloying. Some scents with powder do the same thing. Like I tend to like powdery scents more in cooler to cold months. And I think that's why at first when I tried this one, I'm like, I don't know how I feel about you. But in cooler weather, this ended up becoming a love of mine. And again, that is a Black Perfecto La Petite Robe Noir by Guerlain. These names are like
Micaela de la Cruz, Marc Anthony, suavemente, bésame. En my middle name is que quiero sentir tus labios besándome otra vez. And my last name is Martinez.
Now we're down to my last two. And these two were definitely ones I was very unsure of. Number one is like my top. But this is Prada La Femme. And this one is one that I got because of Karina. And it's a different take on a clean scent. There is beeswax in this. But this scent, I've heard people say that it's basic. I don't have anything like this in my collection. This is a very, again, soapy kind of clean scent, but there's a beeswax note that makes it kind of sweet. And I don't have anything like that. I either have sweet scents or clean scents. I don't really have scents that do that. So when I first got that, I was like, I don't like that. We're not vibing. So I put her aside. And then I found myself wanting the scent again. There are perfumes that do that. I think I don't like them, but then I crave them. Like I want to smell it again. So I ended up pulling it out and after a shower putting it on. Beautiful. This is to me a very classy, luxurious, expensive scent. It's one that I would say someone very put together. I paired this up with Charlotte from Sex and the City. That is what this scent is. It's a very sweet, put together woman is what this scent is, but still very boss. So that is Prada La Femme, and this was one that, again, that beeswax note was throwing me. But once I gave her a chance, I ended up really loving her. So this last one I hung on to because so many people love this perfume, but I did not like this perfume in the summer. I did not care for it. It did not, like, it did this sugary thing that you guys know I don't like, and that is Dolce & Gabbana's The Only One. You guys, I have a big bottle of this now. This perfume was one that once I could start picking up the other notes, I really started to really love. So when I first got this, it was like the dead heat of summer where humidity was at its highest and this perfume just did not play well with my body chemistry. It came off like that sugary, sweet scent, and I couldn't get the coconut, I couldn't get the apple, I couldn't get anything. All I got was sugary. So I did end up wearing this, and Dennis was like, oh, what are you wearing? And I'm like, do you like it? He's like, it's okay. It's very strong. Like he didn't love it, but he didn't hate it. Like he said it was different, but he just really noticed it. Like he said it was a very strong scent. So I was like, well, is it a bad one? He's like, no, it's not a bad one. It's just not anything I've smelled before. So that's another thing. This is a unique scent. So I was like, okay, well, I'll keep it around. And then my girls picked it up and they started loving it. I would see it on Instagram and a lot of people really enjoyed this scent. So I'm like, well, I'm gonna keep it and I'm going to try it when the humidity drops and, you know. So I kind of put her away. I did try her several times. So then we had gone out and the weather had dropped. We had gotten like one of our cold fall days because the temperature, it's like a roller coaster here in Florida. And I absolutely love this scent. I started getting the coconut and the jasmine the most out of this scent. I didn't really get the apple, but I did get, again, it was like a coconut jasmine kind of scent on me. And gorgeous. This was also one that smells better when you overspray it. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but I ended up when I sprayed it, I loved it so much I ended up spraying it some more, and then we went to dinner and I could not get enough of myself. So this is definitely one that it doesn't have to be cold. I just can't wear this in the dead heat of summer in Florida. I can't wear it where it's too overly humid because I did end up wearing it like when the temperature was like in the 70s and it wasn't too, like, the humidity at least goes down in fall, and I still enjoyed the scent. I think just the stickiness and the temperature, I don't know what it did to this scent, but I just did not like the way this smelled on me in summer. But it is one that now I absolutely love. So this is probably my number one where I went from really disliking it to really loving it. This one was one that was getting ready to leave my collection. She was up on my chopping block twice, but I'm glad I gave her a chance because I really do enjoy this scent. I really enjoy the Only One line, actually. So again, that is The Only One by Dolce & Gabbana, and this is the intense version. Those are the perfumes that I didn't love and now I do. Again, not all these perfumes are perfumes that I would necessarily add back into my collection, but those are a lot of perfumes. There are a lot of perfumes I wouldn't add back. They are perfumes that I will enjoy for the time. They will do what they need to do, and then it's on to the next one. There are some perfumes that I want to revisit. I want to revisit my Viktor & Rolf Lavender Illusion, as well as Flower Bomb Nectar. This one came off very medicinal on my skin, and I have this sample, so I do want to revisit it because our noses change. But let me know in the comment section below, what are some of your perfumes that your nose changed? There were perfumes you just did not love, like, whatever it may be before, and now you do. Let's get the comment section going. And if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.